Pathmonk is the AI for website conversions. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in the buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50% by adding Pathmont to your website in seconds, letting the AI do all the work, and finally, increase conversions while you keep doing marketing as usual. Check us out on pathmont.com. Hey everybody, welcome back to Pathmont Presents. Today we're joined by Riley Gray. She's the founder of Orca Agency. Riley, welcome to the show.
Hi. Nice to have. Oh, can we start over?
Of course you can. That's the
Okay.
beauty of. Hey everybody, welcome back to Pathmark Presents. Today we're joined by Riley Gray. She's the founder of Orca Agency. Riley, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here. Okay, I now know what to say. Hi, Rick. Nice to be here.
Well, nice to have you, Riley, and I'm excited to get into it. Maybe we start with the basics, right? So, tell us a little bit about Orca Agency. Am I getting that right, by the way? Orca,
Yes,
right?
you are. Yep,
Okay.
Orca, like the whale.
Amazing. Okay, so just to make sure, and we were just talking about it offline. If you were explaining it to a friend over coffee, how would you describe what you do?
Yes. So Orca is a woman-founded growth company built to scale women-owned businesses. My co-founder brings deep explorational operational expertise to the table while I bring in strategy and brand growth. And together we blend instinct and data to create scalable revenue systems for businesses out there looking to grow.
Okay, that's awesome, man. It sounds like
Hmm.
a great duo, especially with that skill set, right? So,
Yes.
is there a specific type of business that you like to work with, or maybe industries where you feel your services really shine? And maybe if we can talk about one problem, one key problem that you can help them solve.
Absolutely. So I've had the privilege of working along service-based businesses and product-based businesses. My favorite towards the tail end of my marketing journey is product-based. It's a little bit more agile to market due to the versatility of a product and the SKU numbers. So you're able to tailor it to a person's specific personality versus service based where we notice that the need and the demand has to be there way long before a search inquiry is inputted into Google to locate that business. So we notice that a lot of businesses who do not take marketing seriously in the service based industry tend to lose momentum due to how competitive the nature of business is, while products based products allows you to be very versatile. It allows you to also scale with the speed you need to stay up to date with the industry. So naturally, Orca has served women-owned businesses best who are product-based. We do not filter out people who are service-based, but we saw greater benefits and more versatility in working with clients who have like skincare products. We've worked with clients who have, healthcare services that they also want to provide, blending it with medical spa, which is also an evolving industry for a lot of women. So we see a hybrid approach. We also see a more siloed approach, but we thoroughly enjoy working with a lot of businesses and their passions. But we focus a lot on product based, which allows more fun a little bit in like shooting and production, and then along with the storytelling behind why that product was even created.
That's awesome. Thanks for the
Hmm.
overview. And
Yes.
in a way, I would love to understand a little bit more about, the people that you speak to, right? Is in how do people discover you? And to get a little maybe a little bit more technical as far as marketing lingo goes, who's your ICP, right? Who's the
Yes.
person within those companies that reaches out, and why did they reach out, and how did they do it?
Yes. So usually I am reached out or contacted through word of mouth, which I believe is the strongest marketing channel in the world. I've built a reputation along with the partners that I do have where our work will naturally speak ahead of us. So by time we enter into a room, people already know what we've done. So aside from word of mouth, we've also seen traffic. Our top acquisition channels are organic search and then also direct traffic, which lets us know that our reputation and our positioning are doing the job. So at Orca, we tend to lead as a people first business and allow our work to speak for us. And then we naturally see the conversion of people gravitating to us based on not only what we produce, but just who we are. So, at the core of how we're being found, it really boils down to how we make people feel when they work with us.
I love that. I love that. And
Mhm.
word of mouth, it's the oldest referral. But at the same time, I think it was here on the podcast just a few weeks ago that I heard it first. The word of mouth goes both ways, right? So if you do a really great job, it travels fast. But if you do a bad job, it travels even faster.
Oh, yes.
So, so yeah, that's a good one for sure. But I do love that you're focused on people first, and you did mention as far as channels, right? There's organic and there's paid. There's a bunch of other things. How much of a role does your website play in pulling in new clients, in telling your story? And maybe is there anything about it that you think really works right now for getting people to get in touch with you?
To Orca. Yeah. So our website acts more as a qualification tool more than just a brochure. So naturally the our clientels are founders or marketing directors or VP of marketing, the decision makers in a team or within the organization that tend to find us and who we work with the most. I just for context, I did come from corporate, so I did present to a lot of stakeholders. I was presenting on the industry level in conferences. So Orca has been rooted in having connections to executive positions. So we tend to provide clear strategies for them. So we really just come in and focus on clarity. So we cut the noise, we clarify the positioning, and then we build marketing systems that allow companies and brands to really scale and produce revenue producing strategies. Our strategies really focus on brand alignment, audience clarity, and growth execution. So we bring in all of those expertise to really help um, solidify the conversation and communicate with clarity what we bring to the table. So by the time you do talk with us, either you're talking with us before the website, which most time people are doing that, they're talking to us and engaging with us before the website, or you do engage with us or find us on our website, and then once you meet with us, all it does is just confirm what you felt about us in the first place. So we just use the tools as a barometer and a qualification tool, and then when we do meet with our clients, that's when the connection happens, the magic happens there.
Of course, I can't imagine. I love that the website or you actually have done most of the prep work, let's say, for a client, and then when they see the website, it just kind of like connects everything as far as messaging and your language, right? So
Yeah.
that's just again, as you said, it's not just a brochure. It's more about explaining what your brand is about and qualifying clients before they get to you. I think
Absolutely.
it's
Yes. And it also filters in aligned clients for us as well. Because when we built our website, we were really focused on the feeling that you get because we do understand, just that based off of experience, like the marketing industry could feel very chaotic. And what we found is that sometimes the noise is more mental than it is external. and finding a way to deliver information in a very clear and concise manner, but yet being calm about it, was something that we truly focused on and was very intentional about, when interacting with the website. So we took a lot of time, not only in the messaging, but also, again, and you guys may hear me say this a lot, but really about the emotions behind marketing and how you present yourself and how you want people to feel about you when they're done.
I like it.
Hmm.
Speaking of connection, speaking of how you make people feel, maybe we switch gears for a second, Riley. We talk about
Yep.
you as a leader, you as a founder. Ideally, we want to know what's a day in the life, what's
Yep.
it like to be Riley? What do you do on a daily basis? Excuse me. And
Yep.
yeah, what do you focus on a daily basis when you get to
It
work?
Yes. So a day in the life of Riley Gray is never the same. I am always thinking of, not only how to keep myself grounded, but also how to keep the company grounded and also keep my team grounded. So there's always three macro objectives I'm maintaining throughout the day, making sure I'm eating, drinking my water, because again, we all tend to just like once we get on the computer, we're just like on go mode and we skip
Mm.
meals. And then by the time we come off from all the work that we've been doing, we have headaches. So I've learned my lesson the hard way. And these days I tend to take it slow in the morning. I get up about 2 hours early before my workday actually starts. And then once my workday does start, I do focus a lot on looking at performance report to just see how we are performing not only internally, but then also externally with our clients' accounts that we do manage. I then also check on my team to see how they're doing. I do believe a good leader is someone who doesn't show their strength to their team, but find a way to show that individual strength to them. So I always try to be available to empower them with the tools and the resources that they need to either move an email forward or get like a client to re-engage with them again. So I try to always make them feel like they have support and quarterback them in their initiatives while we're all pushing the broader initiative for Orca. And then lastly, what I do is I look at our leading, like nurturing pipelines of how we're acquiring new clientels, how we are performing, our like how our ads are performing. So I really focus on, at the end of the day, to simplify it in the business is, okay, how are we doing with our client satisfaction, and then how are we bringing in new people? And once I am able to get like a grip around that, then everything else follows. Just looking at the way the day to day, the team is also managing their tech stack and looking at something like a Jira ticket. I'm a big fan of Jira, by the way, but so I tend to go in deep when I can, and then if not, sometimes I'm having meetings, jumping on meetings. Grabbing lunches, and then also looking for conferences to be a part of, and then just truly engage with the industry and look for ways to add value to aspiring marketers. I didn't realize how hard it is sometimes. When it comes so natural to you, you don't realize how hard it is for other people. So I like to give back and just, I don't believe in being a gatekeeper. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Because the information is out there and sometimes we just don't have access to it. So if I can be a servant and be that conduit to give them the information that they need to grow, which this podcast is doing, which I was happy to be a part of. Yeah, let's do it. Let's spread the love.
That's amazing. Thanks for that, by the way. And
Hmm.
sounds like the servant leader, right? It's a
Yes.
beautiful way to approach it, I think. And it sounds like no two days are the same. But you got a lot going on, right? As a founder, and you got your personal life, and I like to know, this self-care and personal things in there
Absolutely.
before actually starting with work, 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 right? So. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome to
Yep.
hear a little bit of that balance, right? Now you did
Mhm.
mention, the conferences, paying it forward in a way, teaching other people, mentoring maybe even. Um, there's a flood of resources out there, right? Between conferences, content of all kinds. How do you stay focused and keep learning among all of that chaos, really? Are there certain places, maybe people or routines you turn to for staying ahead or for inspiration?
Yeah. So I have an unpopular opinion just because I know I was there before at one point. So I early on in my career I was just buying a tons of marketing books just to stay up to date, but as we can see you can never keep up with marketing. It's always elevating, it's always evolving to new platforms. You're thinking, okay, I just need to master these few platforms and then here goes TikTok and here goes AI and all, and then now it's always creating a learning curve. So I've found in my career that to clear through the noise, you have to realize what's the fundamental root of business, and it's people. So I actually I took a different route and I just started to actually lean into my faith, and I just boiled it down to simple principles. And if you do right by people, business will follow. So I tend to go into like my Bible, which currently, like my last book was like the book of James. And it was really emphasizing, making wisdom decisions with action. Because I know if you follow the chaos, it will make you make a hurried decision. You lose ad spend, you have inflated metrics just because you went too fast. So sometimes I believe that our decision making, uh, s- uh, our decision making skills are mostly rooted in the way we think. And sometimes, if we forget that, hey, I am human, just like the customer who's also purchasing from me, is thinking about how can this add value to me. I think it allows us to stay grounded in how is someone receiving you, because the way you do it is the same way they're doing it back to you. So it just really boils down
Mm.
to, doing unto others as you would want them to do unto you. So I try to always stay in the seat of the customer, because I'm a buyer myself and I know how I buy and I know what I want. And I know at some point I always think about the brands that catch my attention or catch my money without even trying. And what did they do versus the one that has to convince me to buy or switch my plan to come over to them, which really doesn't feed the necessity of the human need, but it just kind of adds to the noise. And people get boggled down by it. So I try to, stay grounded and grow from learning how to be a better human being. And then I naturally see it in leadership. And then it just naturally transfers to my team because they naturally step up and just want to be better themselves and do right by people. So um that's how I grow. That's how
I
I
love
grow.
it. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. It's very unique,
Yes.
especially considering that, you started talking about marketing books and then you go to one of the oldest books that's ever existed, and
Yes.
to that point, a personal point, I think there's a lot of teachings that are relevant for marketers as far as financial stuff. Ecclesiastes in the Bible, First
Yep.
Timothy, it's amazing. I was going through it last month, I think, and it's just like this holds true to this day. So I love
Yeah,
that
that's
you're
what I
using
that's
that, right?
once I realized that, I was like, "Oh, this is the game changer. This is the game
Yeah.
changer because it's timeless."
Yeah, exactly. And timeless works. Speaking of,
Mhm.
unfortunately, we're getting towards the end of our time together here,
Okay.
Riley. But the way we like to end it is with a rapid fire segment, right? So it's just a way to keep things light and engaging. Just a few questions, rapid fire style. Are you ready for it?
Yes, I am.
All right. When it comes to consuming content, might not be a lot of it, but do you prefer watching, reading, or listening?
Ooh, I prefer watching.
Okay. So what's the latest piece of content that you watched? It could be a YouTube video or a course or a movie, even whatever it is that you picked up. And was there anything that really stuck with you in it?
So I watched a new movie that came out over the weekend. And I'm always a marketer by nature. So I'm always looking for the why. Like, why do you do that? Why you did that? Why you put it there? And I noticed, like, some tactics that that production company was doing to promote their brand and they were collaborating with, and why they collaborated with that particular influencer to get that messaging out. So I learned how to think outside of the box again, like I was mentioning earlier in the podcast. um marketing is evolving with the new platforms that are just hitting all of our streaming devices now. So streaming is becoming so big that as a marketer you now have to meet your customers on these streaming platforms. And how do you do it? So I started to see that shift in the market, like how a lot of ad budget is being shifted over to streaming
Mm,
services to really resonate with their audience still. So, I took that
okay.
as a little hint.
Good one. Good one. I like it. Okay. The critical eye, obviously, always looking for marketing learnings out there, but that's great.
Yes.
Um, if you had a magic wand and you could fix
hmm
one frustrating thing in your life with tech, what would it be?
Ooh. So I was told that we can also apply this question to personal life. So I'm going to go
Absolutely.
ahead and do that, right? So if I could have a magic wand to fix anything, I would actually have that magic wand spread my bed every morning. If I could just hop out the bed and my clothes is on so I could get started.
That's a
That would
good
be
one.
something I would do.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Just snap of a finger.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So final question. If you could go back and give your past self a quick pep talk at the start of your journey of your career, what advice would you give yourself?
I That's a really good question. I think about it every day because I always wish I started doing it much sooner. So I would actually tell my younger self to trust your instinct, stand firmly in your voice, and lead with conviction. And if they think you're crazy, that's fine. Go find out yourself.
I love it. That's a piece of wisdom there to end it, Riley. That was really good. Now, I want to thank you again for being on the show with us today. I want to give you the last word. If someone forgets everything about the interview today, what is the one thing that they should remember about the work you guys are doing?
Thanks for having me. It was wonderful to be here so far. And if I can leave any lasting word or just words to our listeners, I would just say to remember Orca as clarity. We're here to bring um, calm to the chaos in this crazy society. So we're here to support. We're here to work through the challenges with our audiences and then also with our clients. So Orca is a company that is well rounded and truly understands what it is to build without losing your essence.
Love it. And finally, Riley, if people want to check you guys out, where can they go? And there's a second part of it because I know little birdie told me that you guys are also going into podcasting. So, the more the merrier.
Yes.
So, if you want to just spend a couple words on that, that will also be great.
Yes, if people want to find Orca, check us out on www.orca.com. We're also available on Instagram, now on TikTok, due to our launch of our new podcast called Cheers to the Next Chapter. And that's really rooted and it was born out of our own chapters of what it felt like to start off as a student in college to being a leader in the industry. And we just want to break down what does each chapter look like in your journey and provide insights and resources and wisdom to help you grow as a marketer and as a leader in your industry.
And again, we go back to paying it forward, right? So I love the
Amen.
work you guys are doing. I love that, also starting a podcast, and we'll be tuning in. Riley, again, thanks for your insights. It was a great conversation. I hope, our audience was also uh, zoomed in as much as I was. So thanks again, and I wish you a wonderful day.
Okay. Thanks for having me. Take care, guys.
Bye, everyone.